The new Epstein files just dropped. How do things keep getting worse? To the powers that be, I come in peace. I know absolutely nothing. This is for entertainment purposes only. And to everyone else watching, what in the Satan is going on?
These Epstein files are extremely disturbing, but there's some files that stand out among the rest that a lot of people need to be talking about.
You have video footage of Jeffrey Epstein running around his kitchen, chasing what it appears to be little girls. You have an email from Bill Gates stating that Bill Gates gave his wife.
Babies were killed and eaten. Young girls were forcefully impregnated and forced to give birth to Jeffrey's children.
One of the documents appears to be a 32-count draft indictment prepared against Epstein before the non-prosecution agreement he reached in 2007. It reveals the government was looking to charge 3 co-conspirators alongside Epstein.
Check this out. One image in the Epstein files list contains an image that shows 2 chickens, and in the middle is something that's been redacted. But if you look closely, it really looks like a baby's leg.
Everybody was in on it. She exposed her entire system. I mean, she basically said that she was sold and drugged and... This was in October 2001. At the peak of her career, she exposes all the monsters in the industry.
The most disturbing Epstein files yet.
These Epstein files are extremely disturbing, but there's some files that stand out among the rest that a lot of people need to be talking about. I mean, look at this. Blank stated that he first met Epstein at approximately age 4. Blank stated that his family were members of the blank, I'm really curious what that is, stated at the time that he was raped by his great uncle and that Epstein was present and did not touch him. Blank further stated in sum and substance that while on a large luxury ship that sailed out of the Newport Boat Show in Newport, Rhode Island, Blank at approximately 8 years old was subjected to some type of medical exam about the yacht by unknown doctor while his great uncle Blank and family member Blank were present. Blank went on to describe a bizarre event in which Blank inserted a tape measure in his what? Blank stated subsequent to the exam, he was raped by Jeffrey Epstein as well as former United States President William J. Clinton. But it gets so much worse, especially when you read these specific files. Like it says here, I'd like to add a few other points disclosed by the purported victim. While on the yacht, he witnessed African-American males having sex with white blonde females, all of whom were bleeding during intercourse. He was a victim of a type of ritualistic sacrifice in which his feet were cut with a scimitar but left no scarring. On the yacht, he witnessed what? Being dismembered, their intestines removed, and individuals eating the feces from these intestines? Also saying he was raped by who? Victim disclosed he was escorted to the FBI building by Michael Moore, the creator of True Pundit, described by multiple online sources as a conspiracy-driven news website that attempts to paint the FBI in a bad light. This all honestly reminds me of a Serbian film, and it's ironic because in these files, there's mentions of snuff films. If you've seen that movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I do not recommend that you go watch that film. But I want you to think about movies just like Hostel, like that. Was all this placed in front of our faces without us even realizing it? But I just want to know, why the f are these people not being arrested? Why is Ghislaine Maxwell the only one that's in prison? How many people that have been mentioned in these files literally lied about being in these files? Why is no action being taken? We are talking about girls here. Little boys, not women, not men. But trust me, we are going to go through all of these files, and I'm going to put everything on display so people can see them. Because obviously they don't think that people are going to search through these and find everything that we need to know. Yeah, you thought.
What was the point of all of these rituals? From my understanding, all of these people were already rich. They already had money, influence, and they were still sick in the head enough to eat feces? Electric chair now. Celebrities named in the Epstein files might be done after this.
Y'all gotta know that this week coming is going to be a lot of distractions. They dropped those files with 3 million pages. Mind you, that's still not all of the files. They have 3 million more that they still haven't released. You have video footage of Jeffrey Epstein running around his kitchen, chasing what it appears to be little girls. You have an email from Bill Gates stating that Bill Gates gave his wife an STD and was asking Jeffrey Epstein for antibiotics. Mind you, Bill Gates came out and said that's not true. Really? You have emails with Elon Musk practically begging Jeffrey Epstein to come to Epstein Island. Also asking him what nights do he have the wildest parties. Mind you, Elon was the one that was saying that the president is in the Epstein's files. Elon, you're in the Epstein files too. Elon said he wasn't in those files. Elon said he never wanted to go to that island. I think that was wrong. They mentioned Pusha T. They said allegedly he was a handler. They mentioned Sammy Sosa. Allegedly, they said he was at a party where women was being auctioned off. They even said that allegedly, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous star Robin Leach strangled young girls at a party in those Epstein files. And they also said that Jay-Z was mentioned in those files. And if you've seen 50 Cent's page, you know 50 Cent is about to have a field day with that. And this is for entertainment purposes only, but I need you to look at the timeline. Look at all the things that's happening. Look at all the distractions. Look how they tried to claw tooth and nail just so those files wouldn't come out. Mind you, again, they released 3 million pages, and there are 3 million more. Go through the files, see how they mention other big names, and then ask yourself, why would they want to continuously hide this and sweep this under the rug like nothing ever happened? Again, this is about to be a week for distraction because all of this came out, so the big wigs are going to try and sweep it right back under the rug. Don't let them.
I will never understand celebrity worship. Millions of people are obsessed with these individuals who are committing the most disgusting crimes. It's time to lock all of them up. These are just some of the allegations in the Epstein files.
Babies were killed and eaten. Young girls were forcefully impregnated and forced to give birth to Jeffrey's children as part of a crazy eugenics scheme. There are victims buried on Donald Trump's golf course. Trump, Bill Clinton, and Bill Gates were all involved. Elon Musk was begging to go to those parties, and I'm sure I got the chance to attend one at some point. If this is what the DOJ was willing to release, and there's millions of more files that haven't been released, just imagine what is not being told. The allegations within these files are some of the most heinous, horrendous things a human being could possibly do. And they are committed by the most powerful and protected people within our society. And I could not give less of a who did or did not do what. They were all in on it. They all knew about it. They were complicit, regardless of who did what. And they're protected. They're protected. There's a sickness, a vile sickness in our country and our democracy, and there needs to be change and accountability.
They did what to who? None of these people are getting arrested. New Epstein files batch reveals new connections with powerful men.
Tonight, the DOJ's latest batch of Epstein files revealing new connections between the late convicted sex offender and other powerful men, with another data set posted overnight. One of the documents appears to be a 32-count draft indictment prepared against Epstein before the non-prosecution agreement he reached in 2007. It reveals the government was looking to charge 3 co-conspirators alongside Epstein with a conspiracy to procure women under the age of 18 between 2001 and 2005. Their names are redacted, but they are described as assistants who helped schedule appointments, make calls, pay victims, and more. Some new images also appear to show Britain's former Prince Andrew kneeling over an unidentified female. There are no details provided about the circumstances or timing of the photos, and there's no indication of wrongdoing in these images. He has denied prior accusations of sexual abuse by one of Epstein's victims and has never been criminally charged.
Yeah, those prosecutors need to be charged. The fact that they let him go the first time is criminal. An MCC officer alleged that Epstein was removed from his cell on the night he passed away.
The Epstein files contain a viral 4chan post from an anonymous individual who claims they witnessed seeing Epstein wheelchaired out of his cell on the night he passed away. Here's the 4chan post, and as you can see, it was uploaded the morning Epstein passed away. It says, "Not saying anything after this. Please don't try to dox me, but last night after the 4:15 count, they took him medical in a wheelchair, front cuffed, but not one triage nurse said they spoke to him." Next thing we know, a trip van shows up. "We do not do releases on the weekends unless a judge orders it." Next thing we know, he's put in a single man cell and hangs himself. Here's the thing, the trip van did not sign in, and we did not record the plate number, and a guy in a green dress military outfit was in the back of the van according to the tower guy who let him through the gate. You guys, I am shaking right now, but I think they might have switched him out. Now take a look at the numbers up top right there. As you can see, the exact same post, word for word, was uploaded with the Epstein files. The numbers right there are the exact same as well. The SDNY took this post very seriously. They opened up an investigation to find out who the guy was that made it a day after it was posted. He's been identified as Roberto Grijalva, an MCC officer who worked at the jail Epstein passed away in. His name was revealed in his banking records as part of the SDNY's grand jury filing. His name also appears in other Epstein files involving interviews relating to this prison, but it's been confirmed he worked there when Epstein passed away. Separately, and this part is 100% confirmed, Epstein's body was removed from his cell and taken to a hospital. This means crime scene investigators and the medical examiner did not examine the body in place.
This comment says Anthony Bourdain is who they switched him with. I mean, sure, it's possible that he's still alive, but what does Anthony Bourdain have to do with this? If El Chapo can escape jail, then this man can definitely fake his own death. But the real question is the officer who said this still alive, the original whistleblower of the Epstein files?
Need everybody to give this woman her flowers because she was the first whistleblower of the Epstein files. She was brave enough at the peak of her career to come forward with all of it, and they made sure that she suffered for it. She's been forgotten because they buried her. They silenced her and put her in an institution to frighten her and silence her enough to never speak about it again. She couldn't leave until she said, "I made everything up." Everybody was in on it. She exposed her entire system. I mean, she basically said that she was sold and drugged and this was in October 2001. At the peak of her career, she exposes all the monsters in the industry. Karen was invited to this French live talk show called Everyone's Talking About It. And she was there to actually promote her music. Not only is she suddenly beautiful, she's also incredibly talented. A very talented artist. All the lights are on her. It's live. All the cameras are on. And Karen exposes everybody. She exposes everybody who was involved in trafficking, all of them associated with Epstein. All the grapes lead to her as well, specifically the trafficking that went to the highest levels of the French society. And she really exposed a system. Interview right there and then is unplugged after she states all the names and she wants to continue to expose them. She names all the executives of Elite Model Management, anybody who was involved with Elite Model Management, Prince Albert of Monaco, ex-model management, politicians, police officers, Jean-Luc Brunel, who I did multiple videos about. That guy's a monster. They pull the interview, they destroy all the footage. Not a day goes by, maybe 2 days, and Karen was kidnapped from her home, shoved in a car, and driven to this clinic. Who pays for her treatment? Gerald Marie, president of Elite Paris. Of course, they tell the public that Karen suffered from an episode of psychosis. How convenient. This girl is just like spitting facts, like totally, like dates, times. And they're like, you're crazy. Of course, it's always a woman. It's always a woman. So Karen was actually at the peak of her career when she exposed everybody in the industry. She's one of the most wanted supermodels in the world. And set her up so the whole world thought she was crazy. Every single person in the industry turned against her. They tortured this woman so much that she actually tried to unalive herself. And they ruined her life, so she couldn't speak up. I need everybody to give this woman her flowers. She's a literal goddess. This woman was kidnapped, drugged, held against her will, tortured, defamed, deprived of her liberty, falsely accused of horrible things, called crazy. I mean, all for exposing the truth. Her whole family turned against her. The models that were like her best friends, nobody was seen in public with her, especially this one. I wonder why. Everybody just turned their back on her. But this is a tale as old as time, right? Women that come forward, they're labeled as crazy, high maintenance, women who exposes systems of oppression, of abuse, of injustice, they're labeled as crazy, hard to work with. Because what she exposed essentially make the whole industry crumble, they had to lock her up and destroy her life. What a literal goddess and queen. Like, give her all her flowers, please.
Is this woman still alive? Apparently this is her now, attending her ex's funeral. Who's the real creator of Bitcoin?
Jeffrey Epstein warning, listen.
If you knew who was really behind Bitcoin, you would run as fast as you could to sell it. I know. 100%. If you knew who owned Bitcoin or who started Bitcoin, you had Bitcoin, you couldn't sleep at night. I know. 100%. And when the real founder of Bitcoin comes out, it is my humble opinion, and there's nothing humble about me, Bitcoin will go to zero.
An old video is going viral once again. People are pointing towards Epstein being the creator, Satoshi. This comes after over the weekend they released some of the Epstein files, revealing that he funded some of the core developments for Bitcoin in its early years. In some of the emails, they do include XRP and Bitcoin. Investors are panicking right now, deciding if they should or should not sell their Bitcoin. Personally, I don't invest in Bitcoin anymore. It's old, slow, not convenient. The fees are way too high compared to XRP. The old video that is going viral once again is interesting because if this is true, Epstein is Satoshi, the creator of Bitcoin, I wonder how things would go. Will it actually go to $0? We'll have to find out. Share this information with as many people as possible. Let them know the truth.
If he knows who's the founder, why doesn't he say it? This is just fear mongering. If he really wanted to help the public, he would drop the name. People are just saying anything now. What is going on?
Check this out. One image in the Epstein files list contains an image that shows two chickens, and in the middle is something that's been redacted. But if you look closely, it really looks like a baby's leg. If it's just another chicken, why block it out? That's my point. And you can see the full leg right there. And people, yes, remember when Hillary Clinton's emails came out when she was joking about sacrificing chickens to Moloch? Who's that? Too many coincidences are here. These people at the top are all corrupt. We've got to make a change. We need to go to the top and be better. Crossing borders does not excuse responsibility. Arrest her.
Was this picture actually included in the files? There's no way that's actually chicken. Look at this. This guy's just making up lies. This is an art piece created by someone else. See, this is the problem. It's so hard to tell what's real and what's fake. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe for more content like this. Click on this video to see this woman get evicted because she forgot to pay 50 cents in rent.